Cadet David Forrester logging on. Today they took us for a tour of the simulator, and for the first time, I met my crew. That's Jeffrey Corrin, my navigator. At the helm is Jana Acton. My engineer is Robin Brady, from Colorado, on Earth. Over by communications, that's Vanda Magia. She's the oldest daughter of a prominent Andorian ambassador. My science officer is Sturek, from Vulcan. I worked with him in some computer classes last year. He's brilliant, even by Vulcan standards. Cadet's log. Last week was a really hard one, but I feel my crew's performance is beginning to improve. Corrin!
I need a drink.
Good.
Corrin!
Hi, David. What's up?
Weren't you supposed to be studying the nav sims tonight?
I studied a couple hours and I needed to take a break.
Your scores in the simulator haven't improved that much.
We've been through this.
Well, keep going through it until you deliver what you're capable of.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
Study nav protocols for 3 hours before our next mission. Corrin, what's wrong?
Look, it's like this. If I don't try hard, it doesn't matter if I fail. But if I study hard and I still don't make it.
What about the rest of us? You know, we're doing our best, and we're getting nothing from you.
Look, David, I can't guarantee anything, but I'll try.
Good. Cadet's log supplemental. Not my best moment as a commanding officer.
Starfleet finally struck back. The Klingons have gone too far this time. Those marauding,
What's going on?
uncivilized...
The USS Sentinel just fought a couple birds of prey in the neutral zone.
The engagement ended inconclusively, with no ships destroyed and no loss of life.
He wants to start a fight.
The captain of the Sentinel showed the Federation how a true Starfleet captain acts.
Hey, Milan, since when are you the authority on captains, cadet?
What's the matter, Forrester? Are you afraid that you actually might have to fight someday?
Are you afraid your facts won't support your story?
Leave him be, David. I can't believe you're supporting him. He's making sense.
You're wrong!
No, you're wrong. You're the one who... I liked the other David Forrester better.
What are you gonna do?
Trouble with the crew, Forrester?
Listen, you handle your crew. I'll handle mine. Come on.
We need a captain like Kirk to avenge Bicea.
Cadet's log. I asked Captain Sulu about Milan's Vanguard speeches today. He said that Starfleet follows the policy of IDIC, infinite diversity in infinite combinations. This means we have to respect Milan's beliefs, even if we disagree with them. I've got to admit, it's hard to respect a belief that doesn't respect the rights of others. But I'll try to do my best for the command staff, and for Starfleet.
The Federation Council President formally apologized to the Klingon High Council over the aggressive actions by the USS Sentinel.
What?
The Klingons concede that the discharge of weapons was based on a misunderstanding.
Oh, I don't believe it. They sold us out.
Face it, Milan, you're wrong.
But the Federation apologized to butchers.
Sit down.
I'm not gonna sit down. It's the Federation's future that's at stake here. I can't watch this.
He is way out of line.
Lofty words for someone who refuses to get involved.
I'm worried about her.
Me too.
Andorians are different, David. Their ways with dealing with grief have nothing to do with being calm. This Ice Queen act is bizarre.
Yeah, it's unnerving to see her so controlled.
David, it's affecting the team's performance.
How do I get her scores back up?
I don't know. It looked like she did much better in the last mission. What happened before that?
I don't know. Thanks, Jeff. I'll think about it.
Sure.
I'm still getting some distortion. Try the next processor.
Yes, Commander.
Good morning, Commander.
Greetings, Captain.
Still trying to get that thing to work. Got you the specs on the new Klingon heavy cruiser. Why don't you plug it in, see how she flies?
Right away, sir. Cadet. Captain, this is Cadet David Forrester.
Glad to meet you, Cadet.
It's an honor, sir.
About last night. Kid looks nervous.
Goodbye, sir. David. Is there a problem?
Well, it's my crew, sir. It's a lot harder to manage them than it looked on paper.
Sometimes Starfleet gives the most challenging cadets to the most capable command school students. Bringing out the best in them brings out the best in you. It's an old Russian technique. David, what is the problem?
It's my communications officer, sir. She has a personal problem that has her ready to blow up. But she suppresses it. It's bringing down her work in the simulator.
Before I joined the Enterprise, I had a commanding officer on Bendiri 4. She had a very hot temper. But she thought getting angry was unprofessional, so she would hold it all in. Whenever she did this, we knew we were in for serious trouble. If you want to help your communications officer, you must encourage her to express her emotions in a more appropriate place, outside of the simulator.
How do I do that?
That's for you to figure out. But if you've made it to Starfleet Command School, you've probably made somebody angry before. Try to do it again.
Thank you, sir.
Carry on, Mr. Forrester. We've got to get that Klingon ship simulation running by this afternoon. And keep your nose out of the ship performance specs.
Yes, sir. Sir, does that mean that...
Never mind what it means.
Aye, sir.
weaklings. They're giving away our colonies and allowing the Klingons to massacre our colonists.
That theory doesn't hold water, Frank. Klingon colonies along the neutral zone are being attacked too.
Those are just rumors started by the Klingons to cover their tracks.
Cadet Milan, assemble your crew and report to the simulator immediately.
Let's go.
Thank goodness. I can't stand that self-righteous creep.
I know.
Hi, crew.
Hey,
David?
Hey, has anyone seen Stark lately?
No.
Yeah, David, he had a project to work on in the lab. He said he made us in the simulator.
Good. So, is everyone ready to take on the Klingons again?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That will be acceptable.
That reminds me, I told him I'd meet him in the lab. I'll see you guys later.
Right. Robin, would you help me with those subspace equations?
Sure, Jenna. It's pretty simple once you know the overload.
Magia, before we go, I think we need to discuss your conduct in the simulator lately.
You don't have to be concerned. I am fully in control now.
That's what I'm afraid of.
What?
Look, as long as you hide your feelings, by staying this calm on the outside, you're a threat to the crew.
How can you say that?
Because it's true. You're bringing us down in the simulator.
That's insane. I've done nothing to endanger our standings.
Yes, you have. Going into a mission when you're too busy suppressing your rage to do your job is affecting all of our standings in the Academy.
Are you trying to start a fight?
Face it, McGee, you're screwing up and it's affecting all of us.
David, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hit you. I really have been bottling things up. I'm sorry. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
I'll shape up. I swear it.
Yeah, I know you will. But in the future, try to blow up a little bit now and again, you know, so I don't have to make a trip to sick bay. And in the meantime, let's just pretend this little thing didn't happen, okay?
Yes, sir.
So everything straightened out now?
Oh, I think you're going to see a big improvement in the team score.
Absolutely.
You know, I wish I'd have known hitting you would bring up our scores. It'd have saved me a lot of study time. You two sit down. Let me get you a drink.
Cadets, it's my distinct honor to introduce Captain James T. Kirk.
Thank you. Out there, whether we like it or not, we have enemies, and you'll be the ones dealing with it. I've heard some cadets say the Klingons are unthinking animals. Well, I'm here to tell you it's not true. Animals don't run star empires. The Klingons may appear brutal, but they also have a deeply rooted code of honor. Study it, understand it. You may prevent the loss of thousands of lives. Let's look at a recent skirmish between the Klingons and the USS Sentinel.
Cadet's log supplemental. The lecture was long but riveting. But it was after the lecture, when Captain Kirk took questions, that the best part occurred.
Yes. You have a question?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It's a great honor, sir.
Yeah. What's your question?
Sir, the Klingons have never fully abided by the Organian peace treaty. Why don't we put an end to them once and for all?
Nice and simple. Well, if you're here looking for simple solutions, you're in the wrong place, cadet. And I think we'd take it personally if they felt the same way about us.
David, ask him how he gets away with violating the regs.
Captain Kirk.
Yes, cadet.
Sir, do you believe in always following the Starfleet regulations to the letter, or reinterpreting them as you see the need to do so?
Are there some regs you're thinking of violating, cadet?
No, sir.
Regulations are for perfect situations. It's up to you to make them fit the imperfect ones. That's why we don't send computers into space. We go with them. We temper them with instinct and improvisation. That's what we do best. The Academy can teach you how to apply the regulations to regular moments, but life in space is made up of thousands of hours of boredom, offset by abject moments of terror. When that time hits, it'll be you, not regulations, dealing with it. That's a regulation chair, Cadet. Why don't you use it?
Cadet's log. Despite my best efforts, Robin continues to isolate himself, and it's really hurting his performance. Corrin's grades are still low, and this morning I was called into Rothro's office.
Enter. Cadet, I understand you have a busy and full schedule, but that does not account for your performance in the simulator. I expect much better from you and your crew.
Yes, sir. Sir, how do I replace a member of my crew?
You don't. You deal with the hand you've been dealt. Is that understood, Cadet?
Yes, sir. But, sir, what if there's a personality conflict?
Personality conflicts? You going to complain about personality conflicts when a Klingon heavy cruiser is barreling down on you? Handle your problems, Cadet. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Dismissed.
Magia, what are you doing here?
David, I am not going to...
Cadet.
Yes, sir. Cadet's log, supplemental. I'm worried about Magia, but until I get a chance to talk to her, there's really nothing I can do.
Hello, David. Faith Gage.
Oh, yes, Faith. How are you doing?
Good. Do you mind if I sit?
No, go ahead.
Thank you. I'm glad I have a chance to talk to you. You know, Corrin talks a lot about you.
Well, I'm glad you came by. I wanted to talk to you, actually. About one of my crew, Robin Brady.
Yeah?
Are you two...
No. I have him in a few of my classes, but other than engineering, he doesn't seem to have many other interests.
Well, he's pulled his head out of a Jeffries tube long enough to develop a crush on you.
Yeah. He's a nice kid, but I couldn't possibly be interested in someone whose whole life is dilithium matrices.
Yeah, I know. I've been trying to get him out more.
Yeah.
Do you have any suggestions?
Well, yeah, why doesn't he join one of the groups on campus?
David, have you been watching the news?
No, why?
Rothro's been repeating the announcement every 5 minutes.
Official confirmation that the Federation colony on Bicea was destroyed 2 days ago by unknown forces. There are no survivors.
Magia had relatives on Bicea, didn't she?
Yeah, her mom lived on that planet.
They better give her some leave time.
Well, Bicea was one of the disputed worlds, wasn't it? Right along the Klingon neutral zone?
Correct. Before the Organian Peace Treaty, both the Federation and the Klingon Empire had a claim to Bicea.
Andrew, you must feel awful.
Magia, I'm sorry.
Thank you, David. All of you for your concern.
We can put our missions on hold during your leave of absence.
That won't be necessary.
As your captain, I could order you to take some time off.
You would be exceeding your authority.
Magio.
I am going to study now.
Wait a minute. Fascinating.
Cadet's log, supplemental. Now what am I going to do? Cadet's log. Despite her recent loss, Magia came through just fine in the last sim. So I guess Starfleet knows best. Although I'm still very worried about her. On the other hand, Robin's scores continue to drop. Enter. Robin, come on in, have a seat.
David, you want to talk to me?
Robin, thanks for coming. I wanted to talk to you about your scores.
Yeah, I know my simulator scores haven't been the best. I'll spend more time studying. I'll do better, David. I promise. Can I go now?
Okay. Look, I'll see you in the lounge, okay?
Thanks, David.
Cadet's log, supplemental. You know, just when you think you're handling a problem, another appears. This time it was Bicea again.
The Klingon Empire
had nothing to do with the loss of the Mycia colony. However, there is bitter justice in the colony's failure. The Federation should never have put fragile Andorians and humans on such a hostile world. Only Klingons could have tamed Mycia.
Liar!
What about the energy readings on Mycia? Didn't they show Klingon disruptors destroyed the colony?
The trace energy on Mycia was similar to the patterns made by Klingon disruptors, but that does not conclusively prove Klingon involvement.
Oh, so was all those other races on the Klingon border that used disruptors?
Why are you defending the Klingons, Sturek?
Though I regret your personal loss, I must point out that Mycia was not a particularly important colony, nor was it strategically placed. It is illogical to assume that the Klingons would start a war in a world that would gain them so little.
Well, isn't that just like a Vulcan? Using logic to deny the obvious.
Face it, Milan, you've lost this argument.
We need to change the Federation's whole approach toward the Klingons.
Interesting point. How do you propose to do that?
If you ask me, the Vanguard is the right answer.
The Vanguard? What's that?
It is a group that is as tired as you are of the Federation's response to outside threats. The Vanguard says it's time for humans to take care of humans.
I see. And what about all the other races that are a part of the Federation?
That's just what I'm talking about.
What's that supposed to mean?
The races inside the Federation already live the right way. It's the races outside of the Federation that are the problem. Well, I better be going. I got a Xeno Psych class.
See you later, Milan.
Sounds fascinating.
Sounds frightening.
They might be possibly just what the Federation needs.
Well, look, I don't know what the Federation needs, but I need a drink.
Here, here. Log. The program Chekhov gave me today is fantastic. I thought the Romulan-Tholian-Gorn alliance was bad enough, but when he threw in this race called the Anastasian...
Stark, can you hear me? Stark!
Dave, the attack on Mycia.
What?
I had proof of. I had to.
No, come on, you won't last 10 seconds in there. It's toxic smoke in there. Come on, I'll have to find another way.
Cadet Forrester, your quick action saved Sturek from serious injury. Unfortunately, that won't save him from an inquiry.
Are you suggesting Sturek blew up the lab, sir?
Well, we must consider that, Cadet.
There are martyrs in every struggle, Cadet.
On behalf of my crew, I protest, sir.
Noted. Sturek is confined to quarters pending investigation. He'll have permission to work with you on team projects, but that's all.
No other contact, sir.
I thought I was speaking English. Would you rather hear it in Klingon?
No, sir.
Any questions?
Sir? Do you have any idea who or what might have been behind all this?
We can't comment on the specifics of the investigation until the Academy releases its report. But I can say that an explosive device was detonated in the lab. It was no accident.
Who would want to bomb the Academy, sir?
That's what we intend to find out, Cadet.
Consider yourselves dismissed, cadets.
Aye, sir.
The latest outrage is this explosion at Starfleet Academy. This mysterious laboratory explosion is the latest in a series of deceptions from Starfleet. It is time we knew the truth. This accident destroyed all the vital evidence linking the Klingons to the savage attacks on our colonies along the neutral zone. But why would Starfleet send vital evidence to Earth in the first place? They say they wanted it examined by the scientists at the Academy. The truth is that the public can more easily believe a student accidentally blew up the evidence than a civilian scientist at a proper Federation laboratory. But Starfleet made a critical error. The one who was at the lab was a Vulcan student. And we all know that Vulcans are living machines. They're incapable of making mistakes. Why would Starfleet pick a Vulcan to deal with the evidence?
Hi, crew.
Have you been listening to this? I can't believe they're broadcasting this.
He has a right to his opinion.
You've got to be kidding. Janice, sometimes you have to sound extreme to make your point. Otherwise, people don't listen.
What?
They're saying Sturrock blew up the lab.
How is Sturrock?
He's fair. How are the rest of you holding up?
We're doing just fine.
Look, I've got some different news. There's a no-win scenario coming up. It's supposedly impossible to beat.
Is that supposed to cheer us up?
Well, one cadet did beat it. James T. Kirk.
So there is a way to beat it.
Well, if he could beat it, so can we.
Let's win this one. Okay, David?
Scenario's no win, then we're not supposed to win it. That's the lesson.
David, all we're saying is give us a chance to beat the unbeatable.
Okay. No promises, though. Maybe I'll ask Captain Kirk how he did it.
Why not?
Right.
All right, knock it off. Look, I better get going. I'll see you later.